I'm Faraz Javed and welcome to this Emirates News Coronavirus Update. Here's the latest. A new survey shows that Dubai and the UAE adopted a proactive approach in dealing with the pandemic. And that's thanks to the guidance and vision of the UAE's leadership. The public satisfaction survey on Dubai's COVID-19 response reveals that the city's constructive and swift response to the crisis was focused on ensuring the safety of citizens, residents, and visitors, while also diffusing the negative economic impact caused by the virus. In fact, the result shows that 89% of the public were satisfied with the changes made to government services to ensure that everyone could continue accessing them even at the height of the crisis, while 88% expressed their appreciation towards the precautionary measures put in place to ensure the safety of the community. Also, 87% of respondents expressed their gratification for the measures taken to ensure economic sustainability across the city. And that's why Dubai's COVID-19 response received an overall public satisfaction rate of 88%. Starting this Saturday, stranded Indian citizens here in the UAE and the region wishing to head back home will have more destinations to choose from as India's repatriation mission, Vande Bharat, enters its fifth phase. India's Ministry of Civil Aviation made the announcement last night that for a 6-day period, Air India will touch down at airports that were never included in the previous phases. So, in the UAE, these flights will pick up Indians from Sharjah and also bring back passengers of certain categories from India to the Emirate. Officials say since the inception of the repatriation mission, over 814,000 citizens have returned to India from all over the world. As home deliveries become more common as part of our new normal lives, families are being reminded not to let kids interact with delivery personnel to protect them from the risks of contracting COVID-19. That's the message being conveyed as part of the Abu Dhabi Agricultural and Food Safety Authority's latest campaign on social media. Officials say the goal is to educate residents on proper food preparation and precautions that must be taken when ordering online, especially during the pandemic. What's more, the authority is advising that the exchange of cash should be limited and instead opt for electronic payments wherever possible. But if cash payments are necessary, then it's best to prepare the exact amount that will be handed to the courier. Over here, the Ministry of Health and Prevention last night announced 351 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of infections in the UAE close to 59,000. The latest figures follows more than 51,000 tests carried out over a period of 24 hours. The ministry also revealed 554 new recoveries, taking the total to over 52,000. Sadly, one fatality was also reported, taking the death toll to 344. Taking a look at global numbers, and there are now over 16.2 million people infected with COVID-19, of which around 9.4 million have recovered. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. That also shows more than 645,000 people have died from the virus. Now, the U.S., Brazil, and India are the three countries that are affected the worst by the pandemic, as their total number of confirmed cases is in millions. But according to WHO, this is not a second wave of infections. Instead, it's a resurgence of the virus in these countries. And this is happening in places where effective measures were taken initially, but lockdown restrictions were lifted too soon. So, for instance, the U.S. still has the highest infection rate, which is now over 4.2 million cases, and a death tally of over 146,000. The spike in new cases is primarily coming from states like Arizona, Texas, and Florida, which experts say is a result of easing restrictions too early. Meanwhile, Brazil has clocked in more than 2.3 million cases and a death tally of over 87,000. The country's highest cities, or the biggest cities rather, like Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, are the hardest hit, recording new daily records. And India has 1.4 million confirmed cases of the coronavirus, while the total number of people that have died from COVID-19 there has now surpassed 32,000. And Pakistan claims that new coronavirus cases in the country are decreasing daily due to the effective measures taken by authorities over there. Officials say the government adopted a balanced strategy in its dealings with the pandemic that included a smart lockdown policy to save their people and the Pakistani economy. According to Johns Hopkins University, the total confirmed cases of coronavirus in Pakistan are 270,000 and a death toll of around 6,000. Okay, that's it for now. Stay tuned to Dubai One for regular updates on the COVID-19 pandemic throughout the day. And don't miss our full bulletin this evening with Greg Fairley. Till then, stay safe.